Hi my crafties, it's Tree. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good and crafty day. I want to first apologize for any background noise you might be hearing. I have to get this video done and it has to be now, and unfortunately there's something going on outside that is very, very loud. Maybe they're done. Please be done. The trials of living downtown. Okay, so welcome. This is the Pinkalicious Collab Swap giveaway, and it is co-hosted by Mariann at Mariann's Craft Corner and Eve Era. We are also featuring myself and Maria Reyes, Michelle at the Southern Shell, Gloria at Gloria Crafts Hauls and more, Crystal at CruzzinwithCrystal, Kim at Kim's Inspired Life, Brenda at Live.lovecraft, Melissa at Bymimiwithlove, Des at Des Happy to Create, Anna at Anna Sherman Countermenache. I am sorry, Anna, I have not met you. Is it Anna or Anna or Anna? Hi, nice to meet you. I'm horrible with names. Maria at Scrapbooknet 2002, Angelica at Crafters Treats 2017, Gabby at Crafting with Gabby. And again, this is a 3-week collab with a giveaway, and the rules are you must be 18 years, trying to get in the light, 18 years or older, a visible subscriber, leave a friendly comment, and please give this video a thumbs up, and all my videos in this. Okay, so when I say leave a friendly comment and thumbs up, that's like for all the videos, the 3 in the series. And this is not sponsored by YouTube in any way, shape, or form. So be sure to look in the description box for links to all the lovely ladies, and also that's where I will be expanding on the rules, so be sure to check the rules in the description box. Alright, so I'm gonna move this off to the side, and what we did this week were flowers, and so I created my crochet flowers, and these are the ones that I use 3 petals. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. There you go. And this is using Lion's brand Summer Nights yarn. It's a #1 size, and it does have the sparkly little gold tinsel in there, and I love it, and it's variegated, and I love it. I do use a size, let me see if I can see this. It is a size E or 4 or 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. It's pretty small. It's not the tiniest one. I'm not sure if it's a size recommended by the yarn for the yarn, but it's what I use and what I like, so that's what I use. I did make 2 of those. We were supposed to make 4 flowers at least, so these were kind of an extra, and my real flowers were these. And these are my rolled roses that I add vellum to, and I love them. And of course this is called Pinkalicious because everything needs to be in the shade, the lovely shade of pink. So I just decided that I would do a craft with me kind of tutorial on how I make my double rolled roses. So if you're done watching and you need to move on, go on. If you want to stay for the tutorial, this is where you need to be. Okay, so you're going to need a rolled rose. Hold on. Alright, so you can also use just cardstock or pattern paper or whatever, and you can actually just organically cut out a circle. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. See, that's a wonky circle. Wonky works best. Especially, I always forget the first layer but if you kind of weave it a little, get very wonky to create those petals. I don't do a good enough job with this. If you have scallop scissors, that would work. Maybe pinky shears, and I end up just doing that. But that will work. But for the video, if you're gonna do it that way, you're gonna need a pair of scissors. You're also gonna need an adhesive of your choice. I like wet glue. It's Aileen's Original Tacky. You're going to need a bone folder. And then after that, you're also probably going to need a reverse tweezer or a tweezer of some sort. And then I like to add stickles to the tops of mine to make them glisten. Oh, and a round nose pliers. So there are mine. Nothing fancy. Just all right. So I'm going to try to work really fast, and if it's too fast, please just rewind and watch over. So I have, make sure you have both your vellum and your colored or patterned cardstock right side up, and then I go ahead and flip it over. I know, but that's how I work. And I pull the center up, and I use my bone folder, and I start rounding the corners. Now I should have cut another one and rounded up. Did I say round corners? Round the petals, round the whole thing. Just go ahead and give it a bend so it will coil up a little easier and nicer for you. Be easier to work with, and it's a little extra step, but I find it just is so helpful. So this is a rolled rose, and I got this out of my Brother Scan and Cut, the canvas workspace. So it's actually not in the Brother Scan and Cut, it's a website that you can go to called Canvas Workspace. And even if you don't have a Brother Scan and Cut, if you have a copy printer, you can download it, register an account, and they have PDFs for these files. So what I did, and then you do need, you can use it on your phone, and then you can, let me make sure I'm still in frame, you can download the PDF and print it to your copier, or send it to your copier and print it out. I am talking and curling at the same time. So anyway, a lot of ums here, sorry, apologize. And then you can fussy cut it out. Or if you have another machine, then maybe that will cut it out. I'm not certain. And we're getting to the end. All right, so there's that. And bone folder is done. So what I do next is, I don't know, I made sure that I had the centers at the bottom like that, but we want to pull it to the top. So make sure your centers are on top, and then we'll probably have to shove them to the back again because I don't do anything that makes a whole lot of sense from time to time. I just do what is easier for me, and then that's how I go with it. So then I put just a little dot of wet glue right there, and then I grab the vellum one and I line it up. Now if you free cut, cut these yourself, they're not going to line up perfect, and that's perfectly fine. I have made these without using the cut because sometimes I just, you know, am in a hurry and I don't want to do the whole thing. And sometimes I like to do things so that if you don't have access to Canvas Workspace, or if you don't have an electronic cutting machine, then you still have it. So yes, here I have pulled that to the front, and I really want it down on the bottom. So just manipulate this The vellum is nice and easy to work with. The pink cardstock is actually Recollections 65 pound, just whatever color pink that I have on hand. And then the vellum, I think it was on sale at Hobby Lobby or Joann's. It was Hobby Lobby or Joann's a long time ago, and I bought it because it said it was like, okay, I'm pausing a minute. It was extra thick, and that's what I thought. But it's really not that thick. It's you know, it's vellum. Oh, I'm pausing a minute. All right, I'm back. So I just, talking and organizing this was not working at the same time for me. So what I do is I make sure that my two ends here are nice and even. Doesn't have to be exact, but you know, I'm me, I'm Tree. Then you're going to take your reverse tweezers and you're going to pinch that really close to the edge, and I put my index finger at the bottom and my thumb here at the top, and I just roll. You're going to find, like right here, the vellum is going to have a mind of its own and go in a different pattern as the cardstock, or maybe it's the cardstock, but I'm calling it the vellum because the vellum is hardest for me to work with, and I'm trying really hard to stay in frame. And that's okay. It adds to the beauty of the whole thing, and that way you see the vellum as opposed to just going, what is that? Or overlooking it completely and totally, oh, I'm out of frame, I'm sorry. There we go. I like to coil it really tight. You can see right here it's fighting me, and that's perfectly fine too. We all have our minds of our own and our own opinions, and I gotta remember to keep it down here. Okay, so at this point you have it coiled really nice, really tight. Okay, I like to release it just a little bit, and you decide how much you want to release it. You can release it a lot or hardly at all, and you decide. This one doesn't have any vellum, but it is a rolled rose. So some of these are like, this one is a little bit more. This vellum got a little funky, and I've been debating whether to cut it off, and then I just thought, you know, no, I'm not. So what I do then is I pretend I'm an octopus, and I fold that back a little. I grab my glue, and I ooze some in here and everywhere. Okay, we're going to fold that cap back down. That's what it's intended for. And then if you have some that are sticking up like this, you can squish them down in. Just give it a shove and a wiggle, and you can get some of those to go back down in. Oops. If you find that it's uncoiling more than you want, you can get your tweezers back in there. If you can actually see, I don't have my contacts in right now, and just give it another coil. I like the center to be tight, and then that makes that there. This guy's still sticking out too much for me. There we go. And it's already tacky enough that it's going to stay. I will say that this is a little tighter than I prefer. I might be able to, there we go, expand it a little on the outer edge. Okay, so it's not 100% glued, it's just tacky. So we're going to let that set. If there's any glue on the bottom, just, you know, it's tacky glue, you can just roll and it'll come off. All right, so I am done with my tacky glue. I'm going to cap it and stand it upright. So if you, I went and spent the money and got the standy, you know, it's like Stan and DIY. It's a plastic thing, tent, that you can have your glue stand like this all the time. doing that, the glue is ready, but it was always oozing out of my, making a mess there. So I find it's just easier to lay it down flat. I can leave the cap on or off. Sometimes, you know, you get that oozing with the vacuum thing going on, and then it's easier to cap it, but anyway, that's what I work with. All right. So then you want to take your rolled nose pliers and find those layers. You can grab both the vellum and the card together because, aside from that one, they usually don't hold the same tension, and one will come up and the other will go down. If you really want to hold that curl on the vellum, just stick your finger there for a couple of seconds and hold it in place. I think I'm in frame. It's going to take a lot to get all the way through this whole thing, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do the under layers, the very, very, very bottom. And then I ended up going back and redoing it so that they would be there. You could actually see them. So let me get this rolled. Yep, I got some glue on there, and I will come back. Okay, I'm almost to the end here, and I'm gonna say that I have seen Veronica at Buzzing with V do these in the gold mirror card, metallic card, but I like them in the vellum. All right, and then once you get to the center, you can see I don't always go so far down, and sometimes the paper will tear, and that's perfectly fine. Not all rose petals are 100% intact. They rip as they unfold, and you decide how much rolling you want. And once you get towards the center, it gets really difficult to get in there and roll these. Okay, so that's the difference between the curl and the unrolled. And I love the rolled. Now, Miss Ida at Created to Create is the one who started me on the using the pliers to roll the edges. So the last thing I do is I find where I started and I get my tweezers down in there. Okay, I don't want, this is not completely dry, so I'm not going to get way down in there. And I take my stickles, and this is Stickles Diamond, right there, diamond. Whoops, right there. Why am I so dark? There we go, diamond. All right, so I start in the center and I work my way out. And I'm not particularly fussy about getting it on each little one, but just getting it, because it will dry and the sparkle and iridescent will kind of blur your vision a little, you know. It's not so, okay, so it's not so detailed. Like, I hit pretty much every petal, but I wasn't meticulous about it. My lighting's really bad today, I'm sorry. And then a lot of times when I'm doing this, my eyes will say, oh, I didn't do it on that petal. But really, I already had. It's just the lighting. And for crafting and doing stickles right now, this is not my best lighting. So if I've never said it, which I'm sure I have, I can barely glue and talk at the same time. So, and if you think your stickles looks a little messy, just give it a little smear with the tip. If you didn't get it all the way to the edge, or you got way too far down, it will, like I said, it'll just blur the vision. Your eyes will blur it, and you will see that it is pretty no matter what you think. And that's it. and I usually just leave it like that and let it cure a little bit, because I don't want it rolling over, tipping, and then, you know, then I have to grab it, and then I've got stickles all over my hands, and I'm transferring it here, there, and everywhere. I created a little box to house these in. I've made this box before, and I gifted it to Kathy at, well, it was Cat's How Creates, but now it's Kathy's Creative Crafts and More. This is also in the Canvas workspace, so it can also PDF. I just used Garden Party on it, and I put the little hearts trim around here that I got from Amazon, which will be linked in the description box below. And then I'm putting the rolled rose, or the crocheted roses down first, and then plopping these little cuties on top. I might add some stuffing in there, and then this comes with one extra flower that looks like that, but on its own, so a little flower. I cut it twice, one in pattern and one in, or you could use 2 different colors. I used embroidery floss and Fabri-Tac. I put a drop of Fabri-Tac in the center, and then I kind of S'd or figure 8 pattern the embroidery floss over that dot, and then I added another dot of Fabri-Tac and added one, just cut one of those little glittered gold hearts from the trim that you get at Hobby Lobby, and then I put the clothespin where I want it, and I put E6000 on it. I guess I put the E6000 on first, then I put the clothespin where I want it, and then I press the flower down into that, and I use my reverse tweezers to hold that in place, grabbing the whole clothespin, I always want to say paperclip, and the flower at the same time where it has glue. And that's how I did that. So that's my little packaging for this week. So if you've made it this long, you are a trooper, and I'm grateful and thankful for that. Please visit all the ladies on in the collab. Again, they will be linked in the description below, the box below, as well as the detailed rules. So please be sure to go to the description box and give this video a thumbs up, leave a friendly comment, subscribe if you have not already, and I will catch you in my next video. And until then, God bless you and yours. Bye for now.